Turning now to From the Farm segment. Tuesday, we saw a demonstration with no one driving a tractor, but today we are looking at something more simple. Our ag reporter Stu Ellis is joining us in studio. Good morning, Stu. Are we going to be doing something easy like dousing a fire with water?
How did you know? How did you
Somebody
know?
told me, just a little birdie.
That's exactly what we're doing. Eli Sentz of Unverferth Manufacturing. Visited with him about something he's got on this big grain cart. Holds 3,000 bushels of corn.
What's behind us is the world's largest grain cart. It's a Brent made by Unverferth, and 3,150 bushels. That's a lot, well, 3 semi-trailer trucks full of grain. But the interesting part about this is what's behind us. And this is a water tank.
We have 275 gallons of water capacity here. We have a hydraulically driven pump that runs the system. We're capitalizing on the hydraulics that are already available from the tractor. This idea kind of came up from really seeing what farmers are doing in the fields, primarily in the west and the north, where dry conditions often accompany harvest conditions as well, and fire is a real risk to the crop and the equipment that's being used in it. So,
what spurred the company to put something on like this?
Sure. So really, that kind of came as a product of feedback from our customers and farmers that we've seen out in the field. We regularly follow up with customers and visit with them on what they feel would be good ideas, and some farmers we visited with were already doing a variation of this on their own equipment, kind of taking things into their own hands, and we thought, what better way to serve them than to come with an offering that they could bolt on their cart and be ready to go.
Kurt Michener, who's chief of the Argenta-Orienta Fire Protection District, says he really likes the idea.
Yeah, anything that could give us a head start to getting the fire under control is definitely a plus. Being a volunteer fire department, sometimes staffing issues depending on time of day. People work full-time jobs. Sometimes we don't have a lot of people during the day. So anything that could benefit us of getting a quick knock on a small fire or something like that to keep it from spreading would definitely be beneficial in that aspect. Having that there at an instance is pretty vital because, like I said, volunteer fire department, we've got a 3 to 5 minute response to the station, and then how many ever minutes to the scene wherever it is from the station. So, automatically we're about 10 minutes behind the ball before it even started. So something like this in the field, if you can have it in the field, or even a neighbor of that field, I'm sure they'd be more than willing to come over to a field that is on fire. On those windy days, that 50, 60 mile an hour windy days, and it's just an act of God that these fires start sometimes, whether it's a spark or whatever, but it can burn 50 to 100 to 200 acres easily before we can even do anything about it. Sometimes we just go to a road and have to sit on that road and make sure it doesn't jump the road, because there's no way that you could even get in there to battle that fire whenever it starts on those really windy days.
Critical issue is that we are in a growing drought, and crops are going to be maturing and drying quickly. That's the recipe for an increased number of field fires. Now, I've not researched farm equipment company product lines, but anything on the order of quick water or foam could certainly save a lot of acreage. And so listen to this guy over here, Adam, who will tell you how dry it's going to be, and make sure that if you've got a tank on a grain cart or somewhere on a combine that you've attached, keep it full.
Alrighty. Stu, thank you so much. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
You can watch this segment and all others on our website at WCIA.com.